I feel like a lot of people might have seen this video title coming because I've already done the starter kit videos and this is in relation to that. So I'm going to be talking about 5 or 6 different types of streetwear fashion influencers specifically on Instagram that go through certain types of trends that we're going to chat about, give you my reaction. I'm going to try my best. It's your boy Keezy. It ain't easy being Keezy. Let's get it. So for number 1, the way I'm going to explain this is that I'm going to call this first one the late sneaker streetwear influencer. And I say late because a majority of what they wear seems like it was stuck 4 years ago. And a majority of the time they look like this. And every item that they buy most likely has a logo on it besides their pants. Usually they'll be wearing Jordan 1s, but it's always going to be the hyped Jordan 1s, something like the Union Jordan 1s. And if they ever venture out of buying Jordan 1s, and if they buy like the 4s, they're gonna buy the off-white sale 4s because that's what's trending right now, that's what's in style. And usually this group of people does not like to spend a lot of money on their pants. So they spend their money on things like Minimal or Lackenzie. They probably even have a sponsor from one of those people. I don't know. They'll also be wearing some kind of boxy t-shirt. If it's not like the FG t-shirt from Fear of God, it'll probably be Balenciaga or Gucci or just some name brand to let you know that they have the brand on. It won't be something ambiguous. It has to say the name brand. And they'll also be wearing a Supreme fanny. And if it's not a Supreme fanny, it's some other designer brand fanny pack that they put on their fit pics. And for hats, they'll either wear the Chrome Heart hat or the Von Dutch hat, because apparently Von Dutch is back at the moment. But here's the catch, okay? The best way to spot these people is actually in the way that they pose for their fit pics. Because of course these people, they're influencers. They take tons and tons of fit pics, okay? You guys remember the fit pics that look like this? I already explained this in a previous video. I'm kind of repeating myself, but I'm gonna say it again. But this style fit pic where gravity, it's kind of, you know, gravity's kind of weird. And usually they don't like to show their face. It probably came from the era of like covering your face like a hypebeast, right? Owning up to it, totally understandable. Then later they kind of graduated out of maybe taking their hand off their face, but covering their face, so then their hat, it covers their face too. But that right there is the signifier. If gravity is pushing them down where their knees have to be bent and maybe they're like, I don't know, leaning back in some particular way to get that fit pic right, that's what I'm talking about. Now, this is not to diss these people, and I'm not trying to get up on camera and say that these people are like, they're late to fashion, they're not on trend anymore, or whatever. Hey, look, all I gotta say is that if they genuinely like this stuff, I really hope they genuinely like it, because you're spending a lot of money on this stuff. I mean, you're wearing designer head to toe, designer cross bag, t-shirt, pants, or maybe not the pants, but the sneakers. You got the most hyped sneaker on. Every single hype sneaker that's coming out, they follow up with it. They're guaranteed to have it, and the next day it releases, they probably have a fit pic with them on. Trust me, you're spending a lot of money. Unless you're backdooring it or you're wearing fakes. I don't know how they're doing it, but you better like this stuff. I mean, you know, the saying goes is that you spend your money where your heart is, and you know, if your heart is in that, I hope it's in that, and I hope that it's not just for clicks and likes, but for the average consumer. I'm gonna let you know this now. By looking at this, it feels like everything is for clicks and likes, and it doesn't seem like there's too much of a genuine interest, because there's never anything that expresses anything of history or context for what they're wearing, other than they have a logo on. So that's my thoughts on it. Let's move on. Number 3, I got a good title for this third one. I got a good title for this third one. And the third one is going to be the conveyor belt streetwear fashion guy. I say conveyor belt because all of them, every single one of them, are identical. And I cannot tell one from the other. This is another topic I've explained many times, but I had to bring this up because this, again, this is very popular right now. Right? But the conveyor belt boys look like this, and they kind of fall in the category of the Moma guys and the straight leg denim guys without any creases in their pants, wearing Air Forces, and if it's not Air Forces, then maybe they're wearing Dunks. Most likely has a tote bag, probably wears chrome hearts and a trucker hat, and if it's not a trucker hat, then it's a Moma NY hat. Need I explain more? In fact, the tote bag gives away the whole fit. And if these people have enough money, the brand that speaks their entire mantra is going to be gallery department. Is it gallery department or gallery depth? I don't even know. Oh, and in addition to this being probably the most popular thing that you're going to find, this is in replacement of what I explained on the first example of the late influencer. A lot of these people that dress with this whole Moma look, gallery department, double front, double knee pants, something like this, right? Tote bag, whatever, what have you. They came from the Supremes and maybe they wore minimal, and then now they're kind of evolving. That's like the evolving route that they're taking, and a lot of them are going this way. It's kind of like archival, hidden NY archive paged influenced outfit. Japanese, Americana, somewhere thrown in there as well. But again, not to say too much. I've already explained this in like 2 other videos. I like the look. I do. I hope that this does kind of stick around a little bit longer. I think these people get a better understanding of their wardrobe and also good basics instead of wearing crazy logos. Unless that's your goal, you like to wear all the crazy logos. But in this case, a lot of them don't. A lot of them wear kind of like logo-less type clothing, and it's great stuff that you can wear every day, but yet you can still participate in streetwear and in fashion on a daily basis. I think you get it. So finally, we're going to talk about Yeezy. I haven't talked or even dedicated a full video to Yeezy in a while, besides that Kanye video I did, but just like as a Yeezy product, I haven't been buying into Yeezy, so I don't know enough. But what I can tell you is that there is a line that is drawn in the sand for the people that really rock with Ye. I'm talking about they love anything and everything that comes from Kanye's camp, period, or just the Yeezy brand in general. And more oftentimes they look like this, and a lot of them are not really the updated Kanye. I don't even know what the updated Kanye looks like right now because I haven't really been following Ye like that. But a lot of them dress like the 2018 Kanye. It's kind of like the rolled up socks with the sweats where you tuck your sweats in your socks, a really oversized baggy t-shirt, maybe the cactus plant Sunday service garment collaboration, something like that, or kids see ghosts sometimes, Ye must be born again. With the dad hat or maybe the Sunday service hat, something to that effect. And a lot of the time, if you want to know how these influencers rock, a lot of them buy damn near all of the releases from Yeezy, or that's what it seems like. So when you see these people's collection, these are legitimate collections. They have damn near all of the new Yeezys. It's just Yeezy on Yeezy on Yeezy on Yeezy. I mean, Yeezy at that point really did jump over Jumpman because a lot of them actually don't wear Nikes. There's a group out there of people, of a community of Yeezy lovers that all they wear is all Yeezy. They don't really wear Nike, and yeah, it's just, I find it extremely fascinating. I definitely don't hate on it because, I mean, if you can see what I have back here, I'm obsessed with a certain era in the 2000s, obviously from Bape. So it's the same idea and mindset, it's just that it's a more current version of Kanye. Not only that, if you talk to these people, they don't really care to buy the older stuff from Kanye because Kanye has done so much, even before 2018. But a lot of what they buy into is actually only as far stretched as 4 years, maybe 2016 till now, Kanye West. So with that said, if I were to give a reaction towards it, I support it because I come from buying into Yeezys. I never wore the sweats with the rolled up socks or nothing like that. I still love Yeezy 700s. I'm not a 350s fan, but every once in a while when Yeezy drops something, I'm for it. You know what I'm saying? Am I actually going to spend that money to buy a pair of Yeezys? Questionable, because there's so many different sneakers that are on the market these days. I don't know if I want to spend that $300 on a pair of 700s and go that far. But yeah, I mean, I support these people, and shout out to John Alexander as well. He actually had me on one of his lives the other day. He has a whole channel just talking strictly Yeezy, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to all of those guys. They're the ones that's keeping Kanye financially alive, keeping him as a billionaire, I guess. Okay, so for this next one is kind of difficult to explain, but the way I'm titling it is that this is the up for sale influencer. They're like a walking, living mannequin. And I say walking, living mannequin is because these people's style on their Instagram feed and the way that they dress, you don't know what their genuine style is because their style can be bought. Let me say that one more time. You don't know what their style is because their style could be bought. So any brand that comes around that might be slightly trendy, even by the slightest bit, most likely these people will put it on if they paid them enough money. And that's just the way that Instagram works these days, and social media, it just is what it is. And of course, giving my own thoughts on this type of influencer where their style can be bought and you actually don't even know what this person's style actually is that I really hope that it's a genuine interest where the brand sends them the product, they genuinely like the product so they can promote it, and then the brand gets promoted. It's a win-win on both situations, right? But if it's not that and they just get sent the product just for the money, I mean, hey, get your guap and get your paper. But I mean, if it's not your genuine interest, I think that is kind of what poisoned streetwear. And I'm not even saying that to be an asshole. And I guess as someone that's just been in this for a long time, to see that, yeah, it might have catapulted streetwear to be more commercial and more people can make a living doing this because of that aspect where you can get paid to put the clothes on. Totally understandable. But if it's not coming from a genuine place, then there's a conflict of interest. That's what I'll kind of leave it at. All right, last up, man. Last up. I think I should have put this one first because this is also very popular. All right, it's pretty damn popular, and that's going to be the head to toe Rick guys and the head to toe Raf people, like Raf Simons. And I'm not gonna get up on camera and front to y'all like I know a lot about Raf and Rick, because I don't, and I haven't done my homework on either of them. I'm sure I will later on down the line, but to get people up to speed, there's a lot of people that have, I don't want to say felt like they've graduated, but there's a lot of people that have started in streetwear and then moved on to higher designer brand names, which seems to be the usual route. And now there's these fairly large communities of the male audience that particularly like to buy a ton of Rick Owens and a ton of Raf Simons. It's head to toe Rick, head to toe Raf. I don't even need to explain to you what the pieces are because quite honestly, I probably can't even name the pieces. A lot of them like to talk about seasons that you've never heard of, and they usually always wear all black. And if I were to just kind of speak my opinion as someone that comes from like pure streetwear, all right, from the 2000s till now, my interest lasting that long, and now seeing a lot of people transitioning and leaving to wear that it could be considered archival fashion or avant-garde or whatever you want to title it. I think overall it's a great thing. It's an amazing thing that people are gaining more knowledge on designers instead of just blindly purchasing into things. And archival fashion is kind of a better answer to what hypebeasts were doing in 2017, where they were just aimlessly buying anything with a logo on it. But instead, a lot of those people have moved on, and they might have outgrown those looks, and now they wear all black. So I mean, I'm just kind of curious to see where this goes, because like I just explained, the trends now are happening so quickly, from 10 years to 5 years to 2 years to 1 year to 6 months. So are people going to jump on this so crazy that it becomes this trending or fad thing to know all this information about archive, and then by 2022 everyone's just like, that shit's old news, like why do you even wear that anymore, right? But I mean, who am I to say? I don't know much about this information. I'm just a guy that likes to buy shoes with a star on it. Yeah. There's more out there, but I think these were the most prominent that are on my feed. You guys all have different search feeds and pages that you follow. So if you can, mention in the comments which other types of influencers that are out there that I totally skipped on. You know, I didn't even touch on the female side if I really think about it. On the girl side, I could have talked about that. Maybe we'll save that for another video. So anyways, with that said, I'm gonna close this video short. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Oh, and thanks to these people for signing up for the Patreon, our newest members. Of course, more content on the way next week. With that said, it's your boy Keezy. It ain't easy being Keezy. I'll see you next time. Peace.
You want to do, and it's just gonna take a minute, but it's gonna work out. Like if you try to cut corners and you put costumes on to do shit, yeah, you gonna get straight, but at what cost? You know what I'm saying? And how you feel when you do this shit for you, 100% for you. You could grind and stay up for 5 or 6 days and not really be tired because it's for you.